Frisky fallow, Roy bashes out a tune on the antlers and still finds time to do some bark rubbing. In news, we're exposing the sick aunties who are celebrating the death of a hunt master. Plus we're in Hungary after a boar and a winch. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. As well as requesting blue M&Ms and scented candles in the green room before filming, Roy also demands fresh coffee and white china. Let's hope it works as we're on his ground in Sussex to try and witness the wildlife spectacle that is the fallow rut.
We just pulled out here and we can hear a buck grunting over here on one of the traditional rutting stands, so we're going to go in there, have a look, try and get an assessment of him and see if there's any other little guys on the outskirts, so see if there's any satellite bucks running around on the rutting stand. So we'll go in there, try and get a look, and we'll make our decisions. It should get quite exciting, hopefully.
The problem we are going to have is being spotted by the animals that are moving in and around the action.
We've got a frigate just moving and feeding in this valley, but I want to try and not spook him, get a bit closer and see if we can see the buck. We want to have a bit of a rattle and see if we can get him closer.
Slow pace is essential. That also means a bit of crawling through the undergrowth. Roy wants to get to the line of trees before he starts rattling the antlers, mimicking two bucks having a tussle, which will then hopefully get the other males revved up and curious enough to come and have a go. Roy uses the bellow from the older male to dictate when we move. If we hear him, we know all is calm.
I've got a feeling this old boy's heard this tune before because he's not shifting off his stand. I'm surprised there was a few little satellite bugs, but they've not come out. That younger buck there responded. And then we could have shot him, but obviously I would like to just try and get an assessment of exactly what other buck's here, and I want to see who the buck is that's holding the stand. Obviously we know there is another buck because he was still grunting when that young one came out.
The next stage is to get across the stream and up the bank towards the stand. It's still 200 metres away as the crow flies, or the buck dashes. Roy elegantly crosses the stream and we are off up the bank with the wind in our favour. To his delight, Roy discovers the buck holding court is his old pal.
I don't want to shoot this buck. I've known him for a good many years now. He's a bit of an old friend, so I think he's still probably got another couple of years left in him. We'll see if we can take off one of the little satellite bucks or maybe a frigate, if we get the chance, but it is getting very dark.
As the light gets lower, a buck feeds out towards us.
For me, that is what deer management is all about. Ensuring that you take the right beasts.
It's just the sort of animal he wants to take out.
So that worked out perfectly. Earlier on when we were stalking into the rutting stand, we'd seen 2 bucks like this. They haven't got a proper antler development. There's just little knobbles of antlers there. So from genetics wise, they're the perfect animals to take. And he just came down and round. I was going to take him a little bit sooner, but he was right in the thicket and we couldn't make him out properly in the camera light. So we just had to wait for him to come out and show himself here. He can't have been any more than about 30 yards. And we've just dropped him here. So yeah, a lovely evening. Nice to see that the big old boy's here, and we'll have to try and come back and see if we can catch up with a couple of the other younger bucks. And we've still got another 2 rutting stands to go and have a look at and see if they're active as well. Now the fun begins. David's got to drag this out.
Lord Lupton of Fallow on the Wold strikes again. Well done, that man. Right, from a pricket to David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. A Facebook group has succeeded where the government and police have failed. The people behind the Ban the Saboteurs Facebook group were so outraged at Anti's reaction online to the death of Cottesmore Joint Master James McCormick that they contacted the offending Anti's employers, easily found on Facebook. As a result, a Tesco worker, a social worker, a nurse, a Brownie leader and a teacher are under investigation. The group has had assurances that at least 3 are facing disciplinary proceedings. Several of the Anti's Facebook accounts have been deactivated. It's not a new national game fair, but there will be a number of regional game fairs in 2016. Countryman Fairs plans a new event at Broadlands in Hampshire in May 2016. It also plans a new event in Scotland in July. Meanwhile, the Northern Shooting Show will take place on the 7th and 8th of May 2016 at the Great Yorkshire Showground in Harrogate. The 2 current contenders for the Crown National Game Fair remain the UK Game Fair at Stoney Park on the 22nd to the 24th of July 2016, followed a week later by the Game Fair at Ragley Hall. Have you got a warm coat that you could live without? Hunts and shoots on Exmoor are getting together in a new initiative called Country Coats to Syria. With the Syrian winter approaching and refugees facing freezing temperatures, the field sports and farming community are handing over warm, waterproof coats to collection points at local hunt meets and markets. Look online for Country Coats to Syria. There's a new website for shooters and stalkers to sell meat in the UK. It's the brainchild of deer stalker Peter Sandgrove. British Game Meat is designed as a trading platform to help butchers, hunters, game dealers and individuals and businesses sell fresh and frozen game meat across the United Kingdom. Visit britishgamemeat.co.uk. If you thought that being a wildlife ranger was all about wrestling crocodiles and dodging elephants, you'd be wrong. The United for Wildlife Anti-Poaching campaign backed by Prince William has launched its presence on Minecraft in an effort to appeal to younger people. It has launched a We Are the Rangers Minecraft map, which aims to encourage young people in conservation through gaming. There have been a number of gun scandals in Australia. A police sergeant has resigned after surrendered guns were found in his private collection. Among them, this German Mauser handed in as part of a gun amnesty. Meanwhile, a murder weapon recorded as destroyed by police in New South Wales has mysteriously been found in the hands of criminals 10 years later. Thanks to Ryan Tyack for sending in these stories. And finally, Americans are facing up to their gun culture in California with an art exhibition. The American Gun Show exhibition at the Works San Jose Gallery attempts to unwrap these complexities with artistic responses lying on the intersection of technology, free speech, personal liberty and national identity. So forget all that rubbish about pointing and shooting. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. Now, what's this? It's a Christmas stocking. And what goes into Christmas stockings very well? Why, DVDs do. David and I got together and decided to produce a DVD of the best of Fieldsports Channel 2015. You can watch all the films on YouTube, but imagine the joy on their little faces on Christmas morning as they pull out 90 minutes of Fieldsports Channel films packed with meaty goodness. And for just £10 plus P&P, click on the link and pick it up with PayPal. The only thing is, David and I couldn't decide which are the best films of 2015. Obviously I like the ones I made, so I like to learn to catapult with experts or ferret mice with bumblebees. David likes shooting with George Digweed and Andy Crow and flouncing round Central Asia in a big coat looking for goats. So we've done 2 DVDs, $9.99 each, though I wouldn't bother with David's, it's rubbish. Go on, pick one up on PayPal, you know you want to. Next up, let's see what you lot have been up to. It is Hallo Charlie.
Hello Charlie, guess what I'm home for tea? Woodcock, first of the season.
Hello Charlie! Reese and Luke here, just out after some crows and pigeons on a cold, wet Saturday afternoon, where we wouldn't want to be anywhere better.
Hello Charlie, it's Finny from Essex. Been to school today. Keep hunting, keep shooting. It really is better than I did at school.
That's it. Please send me your Hello Charlies via Facebook, YouTube, Dropbox or email charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Please keep them coming. Next up we have some prizes to give away. Off the back of David's trip to Kyrgyzstan, we offered you the chance to win a Javelin bipod, a set of Tier 1 mounts, a Harkila backpack and of course some salty horse cheese. Now you know the drill. I have loaded all the names of the entrants onto my phone in my own funny techie way. I'm going to scroll up like that, down, up again and choose a winner by pressing hard on it like this, and the winner is Andrew Ilston, who entered on YouTube, and he says another cracking show. Who knew that David could be even more sickly cheesy? Thank you, Andrew Ilston. All those things heading out to you from the moment we get your address. Now, earlier in the year, Kai went to Hungary with Tamas from the hunting operator Wonderheart. In this film, he looks at what goes into the management of large animals like wild boar and mouflon. The wildlife of Europe benefits from hunting. Thousands of tons of food are spread around the forests, lakes and woodlands. It keeps them fed but also stops the farmers from waging war on the game species. Kai at Bryn has already had success in Hungary with a young boar and mouflon on day 1. But in preparation for this evening's hunting, we're going to learn a bit more about the feed stations.
Have the pigs always been here, and then you put the high seat up and...
Yeah, it's a much better way to try to hunt them.
Yeah.
Make a feeding station and the stands where they are naturally, rather than we invent a place and we wait for them. So it's, this one is working. This one is working even if we don't feed the feeding station, because they have to come to the water.
They just come here and wallow.
Because the water, drinking water, and the protection against the parasites. So
yeah, because they have the mud that coats them.
Yeah, that's why you can see the trees muddy.
Yeah, but they put their backs against the trees and the Hungarian bear.
Here it's not a case of creating new hotspots, but working with the pig's natural behaviour. Bow hunting is now very popular in Hungary, but Tamas finds it difficult to decide whether rifle shooting or bow hunting is the more exciting.
So Tamas, would you say your skills as a bow hunter and getting close to the animals has improved your shooting with your rifle shooting as well, your fieldcraft side of it?
Yeah, the stalking definitely.
Yeah.
In my experience, we have less wounding with bow hunting than rifle hunting. Yeah, because the bow hunters are very precise with the
very
placement.
careful,
so
precise.
If the position and the length, I mean the distance is no good, they don't shoot, because they know they can wound very badly.
So you have strong discipline when you're bow hunting then?
Yes, definitely.
Working our way through the forest, the recent rain and the loss of four-wheel drive means we have to get stuck in to clear the truck.
These boar better be grateful. The amount of effort we've had to get that out of these wallows. The reason why we had so much fun today is because it rained really heavy last night, which made it difficult for the vehicle, but it's going to make it fun for the pigs tonight because they're going to be able to root easily in this mud. So hopefully they're going to have a good feed.
With all the feed stations done, Kai gets taken to his stand.
We're talking to the estate owner. Apparently, they put 100 tons of feed down every year. Not only is that good for the wildlife and makes sure the pigs have something to eat in the harsh winters, but also keeps off the pigs off the farmers' crops and keeps them happy too.
On last light we get some pigs, but just as the decision is being made about which one to take, they're off.
It's been so frustrating. We've seen lots of animals, but unfortunately not the right ones to take. They weren't sticking around long enough. So we've got a stalk tomorrow morning. Hopefully we can grab ourselves one before we go home.
For more information about hunting in Hungary, go to wonderheart.co.uk. For more information about Kai's hunting gear, go to shooterking.co.uk. And for more about the Zawa rifle, go to zawa.de. Thank you, Kai. Well, from Hungary to the rest of the world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube. Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. If you enjoyed our recent films about Kyrgyzstan, here's another stan. Kyliakt in Tajikistan has Der eine Jäger out after wild boar in wild country. More Central Asian hunting, this time from a Russian about Kazakhstan, but not in Russian, not in any language, and beautifully shot by Maxim Levitin. Thanks to Reggie Buffett for sending it in. Over to Canada for hunting season 2015 in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, a local byword for very cold indeed. A huge subarctic wilderness on about the same latitude north as the Faroe Islands. This is a promo for a hunting company. Next up, a trailer, but still a good variety of locations and wildlife in this film, even if you don't buy the DVD. Patrick Kastner goes to Germany, Greenland and Kamchatka after bears and musk oxen. I'm showing you this, The Untold Story of Modern Gamekeeper, because it is a good film by Byron and Daryl Pace, but also so you can have a look at their channel because they have started podcasting simultaneously on YouTube and iTunes. Download and listen while you're driving. And I'm showing you this torch promo from Primos Hunting because it is also a simple, easy story about bow hunting which may appeal to non-bow hunters, and you may want to buy the torch, let's not deny it. A shout out for THLR.no, the people with whom we did the Lofoten Islands duck shoot film in the summer. They do a long-range blog, especially for trajectory nuts and ballistics boffins. This is blog 160 about the Grendel trajectory. Look it up. And finally, a throwback to Halloween. Twang and Bang uses a 338 Lapua Magnum on pumpkins via a Savage 110BA. Ammunition obsessives will want to know that this is achieved with American Eagle 250 grain soft point to ensure pumpkin patch killing fields. That's it for this week. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, send it in via YouTube or email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Well, if you don't like any of those, perhaps you'll like this. We've been back at the Oxford Gun Company for the latest episode of Schools Challenge TV. It's wet, windy and challenging shooting if you're taking part in the third of Schools Challenge's winter series. The kids today have got their eye on winning a car, so they'll put up with any weather. There's Schools Challenge TV news, and there is eyesight advice from optometrist Keith Holland. Click on the link on the screen to watch it. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Go to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Perhaps you'd like to buy one of those DVDs, not David's. And you can pop your email address into our constant contact form, and we'll constantly contact you about our show, Fieldsports Britain, and our other shows, Airheads about airgunning, Clay Sports about clay shooting, which are out either every week or every month or every couple of weeks. This has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.